Yes. I have just one more. It's not really a question, but I think what I'm seeking is a clearer understanding of how to go about reaching this stage that I want, getting more of what I want. I tend to be rather impetuous by nature and rather impatient. I remember when I was very young, my father used to say, "Hope is one who does not suffer fools gladly." I think that has changed. I don't think that I would jeer someone. I never was that sort. But things can take too long to happen for me in any given day. And I like to get it done.
Then what?
And then I get the next thing done, and the next.
But we want you to feel the problem in that. That's a little bit what we were talking about before the segment of refreshment. When the goal is to get it done, or fill the void, or satisfy the desire. In other words, when the goal is to get over there, you miss the point of the experience, as Esther says, and so what we're wanting to help you to realize is that it is in the expansion of the experience that life is lived. There is not anything more delicious in all of the universe than to stand in an environment of great diversity with lots of choices and to feel the fun of focusing and honing in on your choice. There is an exhilaration in the decision itself. And then to feel the fun of that decision being challenged by other events, which just sharpen your awareness of how much you want it. You can feel life flowing through you as you fine-tune and make that decision stronger. And then the deliciousness of finding thoughts that are a vibrational match to that decision, and feeling the harmony of your spirit and physical ideas merging and blending. And then maybe even to feel yourself getting off the track a little bit, only to bring yourself back on. In other words, the molding of the energy, just like the molding of the clay. How delicious it is to fine-tune energy, this powerful energy that creates worlds. We want you to begin to catch the spirit of that molding. Every now and again, we'll watch Esther as something that bothers her will come into her consciousness, and there is as much a feeling of excitement, oh good, something to chew on, as there is a feeling of discomfort that there is something out of order. In other words, it feels good to find something big enough to ponder. Pondering is so fulfilling and satisfying, and concluding feels even better. And feeling the energy or the universal forces coming into alignment and beginning to give you little spatterings of evidence of the power of your focus. And then even feeling yourself diverging from the clarity of your desire, only to bring yourself back. In other words, getting clearer every day about what's on the track and what's off the track. And then beginning to feel your power of influence and watching all of the world. It feels as if all of the others and all of the doers and all of the thinkers and all of the energy streams become a confluence that all culminates where you stand. In other words, this is the power of who you are. It is far less than just achieving that, or getting one of those, or going over there. It's the experience of the molding that you are about, you see. That's why very often people who finally get this find themselves not very interested in things, and it scares those who still want things, because Esther said, as she began to feel her desire for things soften, "Abraham, am I losing my grip?" She started remembering people she'd seen at the airport roaming penniless and in poverty, and she said, "Please, Abraham, tell me that I'm not headed there." In other words, is that what spirituality is a releasing of a desire for things? And we said, no, it is not a releasing of a desire for things, because you can have all of the things that you have any sensible use for or space to keep them. But it is an understanding that the things isn't what it's all about. It's the experience of getting to the thing. It's the experience of attracting the thing. It's the experience of defining that you want the thing. It's the experience of identifying what the thing is. It's the experience of finding the feeling place of the thing. In other words, it's the alignment with core energy that you're all reaching for. The alignment with core energy is what causes you then to be an extension of who you are. And then from those fuller, broader, all-knowing eyes, you add unto.
Fortunately, we're not any one thing at all times. And so I am appreciating what you're saying, because I have been experiencing what you're
Yes,
saying.
we know.
And I have been very appreciative of many cultures and many thoughts and the diversity of opinions around me. And I am far less impatient. However, I find myself going back to that place when things seem not to be happening in the way I want. And one of the things I have a problem with is understanding why things have to be communicated in a way that almost seems like a parable. I don't understand why, for example, my inner being, I will dream something which comes from my inner being, which is intended to be a wake-up call, and yet somebody has to interpret what that means for me. I don't understand why.
Well, we can explain that to you easily. A dream is a manifestation, just like what you live is a manifestation. A dream is quicker and easier to achieve and not so troublesome if it's something that you don't want. In other words, it's sort of an interim manifestation. But it is still, just like a physical manifestation, it is a reflection of your vibrational output. So if you are having dreams that are cloudy and not clear, it means that your output is not clear. It means that your signal is about what you want and lack of it. In other words, if there is ever anything that you want that isn't coming to you easily and quickly, it always means the same thing. You're not vibrating the way you mean to. Your desire and your habit of vibration are not a perfect match. Now, here's the thing we want so much for you to hear, and we think you will feel a little satisfaction as it settles into you. Most physical beings come to a gathering similar to this with the intent of learning the process so that they can affect their experience. In other words, I'll learn this and I'll do this so that I can get that. And that's just fine. We're happy that you are wanting to learn how to flow so that you can control what you get. But we also want you to look at what you're getting as a means to understand what you're flowing. That's what the physical manifestation was meant to be. The physical manifestation has never been the main event. It is the means by which you understand how you're flowing. So use it that way. In other words, rather than looking at it as the ending and saying, oh, I have failed, instead look at it as it is and say, oh, I must be vibrating like that, when what I need to do is vibrate more like that. Use the physical manifestation as the very telling evidence to help you modulate more deliberately your vibrational output. Get the sense of it?
Thank you so much.
Yes,